70 years after bandleader Horace Height Sr. conceived and built Horace Height Estates, his son, Horace Jr., continues to preserve and build on his father's commitment to Sherman Oaks. Height's involvement and dedication to the San Fernando Valley is evidenced by his key roles in the leadership of several nonprofit and philanthropic Valley organizations. Horace Height Estates has repeatedly won the Daily News Reader's Best Choice Award, and as an on-site property manager, he's responsive to tenants and neighbors alike.
He's here when I wake up in the morning to go on the track. He's here sometimes 7:30, 8 o'clock in the morning, and he's here till 6 o'clock.
He's not just someone who, lives in the area or lives elsewhere. He's very much a part of what goes on in Sherman Oaks.
The reason I've lived here so many years is the community feeling.
The owner goes out of his way to provide for us in terms of a social life.
He has hosted a concert in the park with Sherman Oaks Memorial Day Park.
We have a luau every year that's very exciting. At Christmas, always puts on a party for the children.
And the management is terrific.
And it extends into various aspects as to the annual tree trimming and the appearance, making sure that things are clean.
There's a wonderful gym that I frequent.
And we have a coffee club we meet in almost every morning.
And you're surrounded by all these wonderful people who are so happy to see you.
And we solve all the world problems while we're having our water, our bagel, and coffee.
Today, the city of Los Angeles faces its worst housing crisis in its history. A shortage of affordable housing has prompted a mandate to build many more new living units. In response, Heights is seeking a recommendation from the Neighborhood Council to the South Valley Planning Commission for a zoning change to allow for an appropriate sized and sensible 29-unit apartment building utilizing 5 lots Horace Heights Estates presently owns. This zoning change was already recommended by the Los Angeles City Planners and the Council Office back in 2010 from QR1 to QRD 1.5. The reason for this is the proximity to the Sherman Oaks Park, the Magnolia Transit Corridor, and a local public school and church. The character of Magnolia Boulevard between Tyrone and Hazeltine would change very little, as the only single-family properties remaining are those owned by Height. Further, they are the only properties remaining to be rezoned according to the 2010 plan. Height's new project is designed to complement his adjacent apartments and would reflect community input and values. He is proposing a building that meets the present and reasonably developed general plan zoning restrictions. Height is asking for nothing more than what is available to other properties in the Magnolia corridor. In an effort to reduce impacts on his neighbors while adding value to the neighborhood, Height's project will include drought-tolerant landscaping to buffer the building from view. And to alleviate any privacy and noise concerns in the back of the building, the plans include relocation of balconies, negligible shading impact on neighbors' property, no effect to views from the fronts of homes on McCormick Street, a water feature to diffuse any noise, and a courtyard providing buffering from the back of the building to neighbors' properties. To accommodate neighbors' concerns, Height reduced his plan from a 3-story building with 45 units to a 2.5-story building with 29 units. City planning has found the proposed project would have no significant impact on traffic. Regardless, all vehicles will enter the off-street underground parking from Tyrone, not through the public alley as permitted by city code. In order to alleviate any future parking shortages, the project calls for 35% more parking spaces than are required by code. All tenants affected by construction will be accommodated within Horace Height Estates. Giving back to the community is a Height family legacy. Providing the much-needed, moderately priced housing to folks who need a home is his family's tradition.
Even Horace Sr. and Horace Height Jr. think of their tenants as family, and that's one of the reasons that it is such a unique place.